Alrighty, hosses, welcome back, and in this video we're going to learn about users. So users are actually really simple. So just like Windows or Mac, your computer can have different users. Now a user, of course, is just anyone who uses the computer. So if I was setting up this computer for my family, I might have a user account for me, maybe one for my brother, maybe one for my mom, my sister, whatever. So basically anyone that uses the computer is a user. Simple enough. Now, the reason that we want to create different accounts is because these users usually have restrictions on which files they can access. So if I had a company, I could have a group of users that were like my front end guys. So they could only access the HTML files, the web design. And for my back end guys, those users could access, the PHP files, the database. So it's a nice way to, restrict access for each group of people. Now, whenever you use Linux, there's a couple things you need to understand. First is that there is always a super user who is named root. Now, the super user can do anything. So, whenever if you're the owner of the entire server, you always have root or super user access. Now, you may be thinking, alright, so I just bought my own server. I'm the only one on it. I'm setting up my own site. I'm just going to use root, this main account, all the time, and that way I'll be able to do anything. Sounds great, right? But even if you want full control over your server and you're the only one accessing it, you usually don't want to log in as root, and that's because even though they can do anything, that's not usually a good thing, because there are a lot of system files that you don't want to accidentally delete or accidentally edit. So like I said, even if you're the core single system administrator on a server, you usually create another account that can't accidentally mess up any system files. And then if you ever want to actually run a system command with full super user privileges, then you just use sudo or sudo like we saw in the last video, and you can do that. So that's what people usually do. So let me show you the basics of how to add a new user, how to manage the groups, and whatnot. So right now, let me just make sure I'm in my home directory, and let me just, navigate to the desktop. I'll show you guys a few things. So let me visually do this so you guys can see what's going on. So let's make a new document, and I'll just name this like corn, and I'll just write I am corn, whatever. Just something stupid in there. Alright, so we got one file just for demonstrating, and if I ever do this ls -la and look at that file, check it out. We already know what a lot of stuff is, the date it's created, the name of it, whatever, and then we see these two things, Bucky. Alright, well, we know I'm logged in as Bucky, but why would it say it twice? Well, whenever you're looking at a file like this, again, this first thing are the permissions. Already learned about those. This name and this name stands for the owner and the group they belong to. So, of course, I am Bucky, so I own this file, or is this one right here, and also I belong to the group Bucky. So you can have different groups, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that in a second. But remember this, whenever you create a new user for the first time, it also automatically creates a group for them with the same name. So if I wanted to make a group called boys and put me and my brother in that, and a group called girls and put my sister and my mom in there, I could do that. But anyways, just remember, because a lot of people don't understand why they see the name twice, that's what's going on. The owner or the individual user, and then the group. So let me clear out of this, and let's just go ahead and add a new user. So I'm going to add my mom is a user on this computer, and in order to add a new user, you need root or super user privileges. So since I'm logged in as Bucky, I need to call sudo so super user do this, and the command for just adding a new user is user add, and then their username, and her username can just be mom. So now I have to say, okay, make sure that you have the right privileges. So I'm just going to type the password, and this is just the main password I use to log in. And we now added mom. Mom is a user. So what I want to do for mom right now is I want to make sure she has the right password. So sudo passwd mom. So I'm going to edit the password for mom, and I'll just write, give her a password, and then when she comes home from work, I can say, hey mom, I made an account, this is your password, boom, you're good to go. She's gonna go, what the heck are you talking about? I have no idea what Linux is. Come eat your dinner. But whatever, that's my story. Alright, so that's the basics of how users work, and I'll actually wait to the next tutorial to show you guys about groups, because there's a couple things I want to talk about. So there you go. See you guys next time.